By the time everyone joins in, I will like to share order of task one presentations with you so that you will be ready by the time we start. So the first presentation we have is of green blueprint. Next, flora fusion. Moving forward, we have nature's challenge, then eco trail blazers, and after that, nature revival. So these are the sequence of the first five P's. The next will be shared soon.
We will wait for more participants to join in and we'll begin by 3:35 p.m.
As Henry Ford wisely said, coming together is a beginning, staying together is the progress, and working together is success.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Sukhman, and alongside Mudra, Snehi, and Swarnim, I'll be your host for today's session.
On behalf of the Setu team and the entire Little Scholars community, we extend a warm welcome to all participating schools, esteemed teachers, and fellow students.
Our special welcome goes out to the visionary founder of Setu, Mr. Pankaj Phalla, our honorable principal ma'am, Ms. Shikha Gautam, our inspiring guide, Ms. Manjula Arora, and our ICT mentor, Mr. Manish Sharma.
As you must know, Setu is a social service initiative aimed at spreading awareness among young minds about contemporary issues affecting our planet. With a focus on solution driven approaches, we've been organizing annual events that culminate in a grand finale.
So, in our previous workshops, we focused on the critical topic of green space restoration, where students from classes 6 to 8 explored its importance and its impact on the environment and communities. The teams were finally assigned their tasks.
Now, we welcome you to today's session, which primarily focuses on reviewing Task 1. Without further ado, let's turn the session over to our esteemed panelist, Mr. Ram Narayan, a renowned ecologist and climate change educator.
He will guide us as we work together to protect our Earth. Let's hear from our expert. Sir, are you there?
Yes. Yes. Thank you. Can
Hi.
you see me and
Yes,
hear
we.
me?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for this good introduction. Wanted to congratulate all the teams that are here for starting out with their tasks. And I've seen some of the presentations, and some of them have done a good job. But that's on paper. And now I would like to hear from them. And given how the event is structured, I'd advise them to just to stick to task one and to share how, apart from how they did the task, to also share if they learned anything from just doing this first task. So I'm not going to take much more time because after each presentation, we'll have some comments, I think. So let's just get on with the presentations, and best of luck to all the teams. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. So let's start the presentation. The first in the line, we have green blueprint. The team, are you ready? Green blueprint, are you ready?
We
Yes,
do not
ma'am.
hear. Okay.
So let's have
Yes.
your presentation.
Though screen
You can
sharing
start.
is disabled, ma'am.
Let us check, please.
Dear team, now the scale. Dear team, now the screen share control is on you all. So best of luck.
Thank you so
Dance series refreshing. Hello everyone, I am Jyoti Joshi from class 8A.
Wild, vivid, and diversity of plants. Hi, I am Manvi from class 8A.
Lush and dance greenery. Hello, I am Vanshika Sani from class 7th A.
Biodiversity of creatures. Fascinating and bushy. Hello everybody. I'm Devesh Chandra Sharma from class 6A.
peaceful, greenery, interesting. Hello, I am Mukund Jineja from class 6.
Good afternoon, everyone. This is Jyoti Joshi from Team Green Blueprint. Today, I'm presenting my views on the effect of climate change on biodiversity. Biodiversity is a number of plants, animal species, and various other ecosystems. And climate change has an adverse effect on flora and fauna. Here, we have taken a land near Patri Nadi. We have used few equipments like meter tape, chart paper, board marker, camera, etc. for our research work. Now, I would like to invite Manvi for our further information.
History of the area. Earlier, it was a dense forest. Then it was allotted for army residential. The people of that area started using that land for agricultural processes. After that, the native species of that area started migrating from that place, and some of them were killed by the people living around that area. Soil of the area around the Patri Nadi converted into the black soil and then into dormant soil. Due to the climatic changes, sand is mixing in the loamy soil.
So we went to that area to research about it. And according to our research, the dimensions of the area are 10 by 10 meters. That is the research we have conducted till now. And the further research will be conducted till the next tasks. Thank you, everybody.
Sukhman, should I go ahead and speak?
Yes, sir. I guess they are done.
Okay. Okay.
Team,
Team Green Blueprints, very nice presentation. Uh, I also liked how you introduced yourself along with some keywords. I hope that those keywords appear on your word chart. You have used some words like native species. So later on, I would like you to actually uh, dwell on the concept of native species and what exactly it means in the context of your land and in the general context. So thank you, and look forward to the remaining part of your presentation in the next few weeks.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
So next in the line, we have Flora Fusion. But before we proceed, I would like all the participating teams to open their cameras while they're presenting. Flora Fusion, are you ready?
Yes, we are ready.
Please go ahead.
I hope my slide is visible.
Yes, it is visible.
Good afternoon to one and all present over here. We are Team Flora Fusion and are here to present a task one exploration. I am Sakir Garg along with my friends Akshat, Arnav, Havesh, and Arush. As per the instructions shared by our dignitaries, we have made the following presentation. In which the part one was preparation. We were told to get some things like equipment, essentials, and safety gears. We followed them all to get a good research. Next comes the challenge. It was to
Sorry,
uncover
but
the.
your slides are not changing.
But I'll try again. Sir, I hope now they are changing.
Yes, they are. Thank you.
So should I start again? Good
You
afternoon,
can start
one and
from the
all.
second slide.
Yes. As per the instructions shared by our dignitaries, we have made the following presentation, in which part 1 was preparation. We got all the requirements such as equipment, essentials, and safety gear to get a good research. Next comes the challenge. In this, we had to uncover the land's history. We found an accessible plot of land near our school, almost 500 meters away. It is in process and a revived land. Now, these were the first words that came into our mind when we visited the land. After After investigation, our minds changed, and these were the words that came later. Now, I would like to hand over the mic to Arnav.
Good afternoon, everyone. So today I will be telling about the measurement of a land. So a land is basically 15. So originally we had to take a land of 10 by 10 meter, but due to accessibility and availability of land, we took it 15 by 15. We use all the necessary steps to measure the land, like using the inch tape, rulers, and marking it with the help of some barriers like limestone and rocks. On the left-hand side, you can see that the claims of our land. Now, I would like to hand over the mic to Bhavish for uncovering the land history.
Okay, next, please. So, our land is located in the Shimla Pistor village of Kicha and is near to DP Sudrapur and is opposite to Radhaswami Satsang Bhavan. It is an in-process land and is dry and it has no local name, but the land is owned by the chairperson of DP Sudrapur. The land is left for revival, but from decades the land has been used for agriculture purposes. Next, please. Water source. No water source nearby, but after searching, we got to know there is a stream nearby. Eucalyptus trees and sugarcane crops are seen there near. Ground was covered with bushes and grasses. The land was dry, but we also saw muddy also. Animals like earthworms, butterfly, roadworm, dragonfly were seen there. Unfortunately, no fallen leaves and dry leaves could be found. Thank you. This is our video of plowing our land. We found earthworms and many insects there.
Now we have reached to the end of our presentation. We have learned so much about many agricultural practices, and we have also learned about a wide variety of flora and fauna associated with this region, which is quite enriching and makes you feel close to the nature. Thank you from Team Flora Fauna.
Thank you, Flora Fusion team. It seems that you all have done almost your entire tasks in this one go. I would have liked for you all to have spent more time on your feelings of the land when you first saw it. The whole point of doing it slowly is so that you all take some time to absorb the land as individuals interacting with it. So when we go on to your task 2, I'll request you all to readdress that part of what your first impressions were of the land. And then we can also then look at what your last impressions are during the next presentation, which I think will be a final presentation. So thank you. It seems to be very well done. I will have a look at your detailed presentation and I will send you some comments directly as well. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
So moving forward, we have nature's talent. Are you ready, team?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Please go ahead.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. My name is Siddhi Gupta, and as you know, we have to found the keywords just after entering the plot. So my keywords are airy, animals, and muddy.
My words are watery, grassy, wetty. Hi, I am Abhinav Maurya.
Good afternoon, everyone. My words are microorganisms, grassy, and watery. My name is Maitri Tiwari, and I am from the team Nature's Champion. Our school name is Noske Public School, Khatima. So, first of all, I would like to thank you, Mr. Ram Narayan sir, for giving us this amazing opportunity to present our views on climate change and effects on biodiversity. Now, we are going to start our presentation on task 1, uncover the land story and measuring the plot.
As you can see in this is task 1. First, we'll tell you about the preparation. Then,
Sorry, but we can't see your presentation. We can see your WhatsApp chat instead.
Yes.
sir, is it visible now? No.
Not yet.
No, ma'am.
Sir, is it visible now?
No, not yet. We are still seeing your WhatsApp chat. What I suggest is you first open the slide show, uh, minimize your WhatsApp chat, and then find the window that has the open slideshow.
So the problem is that you're not presenting the entire screen, you are just presenting your WhatsApp. So when you are presenting, basically, where you just have to click on share, then there is one option called entire screen, share entire screen. So that's what you have to select. Thank you.
मैत्री तू शेयर कर फटाफट.
When you click on share, you will see a box that will appear. There's one option called share entire screen. You can just click on that and
Yes, sir, I'm doing.
yes, now you can go on.
What I recommend is you do is stop sharing and the green share button at the bottom. If your presentation is open, just click on that particular window where your presentation is open, and we should be able to see your presentation.
Yes, so we are trying.
Yes, it's visible now. We can see your presentation, but we can't hear you.
So we are in the preparation part 1. Here you can see the equipments we use by making our plot. We use some chart papers, bold pen markers, tape, carpenter scale, limestone powder, 10 meter of rope for measuring the plot, a smartphone with a working camera, and in common things we use pen, pencil, eraser, scale, sharpener, and colors drawing books. And which are things which are essential for us to carry a water bottle and bags. As per our safety, we also use shoes, we use cap, full sleeves, full pants or long socks, and a long stick.
Now moving towards uncover our main challenge, uncover the land story.
Our challenge uncovers the land story. We found a plot nearby our school which is located at Charubeta Khatima. It is easy to enter regularly and free from hazard. Our team have 5 members. We all have taken permission from the landowner, Mrs. Surendra Kaur. Earlier, the land was of Mr. Suresh Kumar. It was used for agriculture and now it is a private property used by schools for NCC training. We asked the local people who live nearby the plot about the history of the land to know more about it. They told us that 15 years ago it was used for cultivating wheat and paddy. The land. The land was muddy and there were small puddles of water, but in some areas it was dry. The ground was covered with grass and weeds. Many twigs, leaves, and fruits from the trees were fallen on the ground.
As we entered the plot, the word which we our mind express to that express our feelings, so that words were such as watery, fungi, insects, microorganism, muddy, and etc.
This is our next part, how we measured the land. Now I'll tell you this step by step. To measure the plot, we used inch tape, rope, and limestone powder. First of all, we used inch tape to measure 10-meter line and used a rope to check if the line was straight. Then we put a limestone powder on the straight line and took 4 stones, from which we took 1 stone and put it on the point A, and as well as we put it on the point B. In the same way, we did it to point A to B, B to C, C to D, and D to A. As you can see that our team are denoting point A, B, C, and D of the plot, and a mentor is standing in the middle to denote the center point. Now, I would like to conclude. Thanks for giving your precious time, and any query from your side will be much appreciated. Thank you.
Thank you, Nature Champions. I think you had a very nice presentation despite the delay. I really liked your word chart and also your detailed description of how you measured the land. And what I really liked is also that you mentioned that you spoke to local people. They are often the best source of information. So very nice. What I would like from you when you go ahead is that you'll have used words like algae and microorganisms in your word chart. So try and explore those words and how they relate to your land as you go forward. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
So, the next in the line, we have trailblazers.
Yes, yes, we are. We are
Please
ready.
go ahead.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Meg Pandey of Team Eco Trailblazers of White School, Lamachar, Albani, presenting my team on behalf of everyone. Here I begin. So first, we have drawn the map of the land. Then the land we have used in this task is in our school campus. It is located in Whitehall School, Lamachar, Anpur, Nawar. Its longitudinal location is
Hi, Mehak. We cannot see your screen. If you're presenting, we cannot
this
see
email,
it.
sir. Sir, excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir.
Say, yeah, we cannot see your screen. Are you sharing something or are you just speaking? Can you clarify?
Sir, this we have not made any digital presentation. We have done it in a chart paper. So if you
Sure,
ask,
sure, sure. So,
I couldn't hear you. Excuse me. What is this? Excuse me, sir. I can't hear.
I think sir is having some problem with the internet connection.
Okay.
Hi teams, I guess Ram Narayan sir have left the workshop due to some technical error. We'll wait for him to join.
Okay.
sorry, I seem to have dropped out for a bit. Has the presentation started again?
No, sir, sir. This I want to ask something that,
Go ahead.
sir. So I need to present the chart paper then in the screen.
No, no need. If you want to do an oral presentation, that's fine. I'm saying that instead of us staring at a name on the screen, we would like to see you present. So you can just turn your camera on, and that is totally fine for us. The format of the presentation is your choice. You don't need to present the screen, present the chart.
Exactly.
Sir, I'm visible.
Yes, nice.
Okay, good evening everyone. I'm M. Pandey from Team Eco Trailblazer presenting our task one. So here I begin. First, we have drawn the map of the land. The land we have used in this task is in our school campus. It is located in Whitehall School, Lamachor, Anpur, Nawar. Its latitude location is 29 degree 12 minutes 36.6 seconds north. and its longitudinal location is 79 degree 25 minutes 17.7 seconds east. The altitude of the land above the sea level is 424 meters. The land was measured using the measuring tape, and the points A, B, C, D are marked using stone, and the point C is at north direction. The piece of the land contains bushes of bougainvillea, few trees, and NC hurdles. As this land is in our school campus, so it has some of the school NC cabinets there. We have also shown the details of this land in the map we have drawn. This land is privately owned by the school since 2012. And according to given instructions, we have also noted down some of our first impressions as each word was repeated sometimes. So we have also marked through our presentation that grassy, rocky surface, marshy soil, bushy, green pebbles, etc. In conclusion, I want to say that we have learned a lot of things about our school through this task, and thank you.
Thank you. I just want to say that I have received your charts as well, and a good job done. Yeah, I think while the other teams have measured GPS, you all have also used GPS measurements. That's nice. What we would like you to do is also for all teams, if you also put the altitude of the land that you all have chosen. Later on, we can discuss why altitude matters. It may not matter so much in Kashipur region, but generally, where in other biological studies, altitude is an important factor. So you could include that. And thank you. I like the word chart that you mentioned, that you'll have counted words repeatedly, what has been the most popular words. I look forward to a development on that when you do your last presentation. Thank you.
Thank
Thank you so much. So, the next we have nature revivers. Nature revivers, are you ready?
Shall we start?
Yes, please.
Namaskar to the educator and the viewers. Today, me and my team, Nature Revivers, are here to present a presentation on the research basis of the first task we were assigned to. The first part of the task was to uncover a place. The uncovering of this land was done by one of our members' dad. Thus, it was not a much of a problem for us. Before he transformed this plot into the gorgeous place it is, he just got a barren piece of land. He took small steps and bigger. It is to his efforts and his work that we got this plot. Please proceed.
I hope the screen is visible.
Yes, we can.
Is it on?
Yes, we can see your screen.
Thank you, sir.
Shall I repeat?
Yes.
Namaskar to the educator and the viewers. Today, me and my team are here to present a little presentation we have made on a first task assigned to us. So our first part of the task was to prepare a plot for our research. The uncovering of this land was done by one of our members' dad. Thus, it was not much of a task for us. Before he transformed this plot into the gorgeous place it is, he just got a barren piece of land. He took small steps and bigger. He got this land in 2012 when there were only dead birds and animals there, but he transformed it into the place it is today. Please proceed. The next one, actually.
Description and history of the land. Located opposite Sandhu Farms in Kashipur, the land owned by Mr. Amit Kumar Mishra has undergone a remarkable transformation. Once a dry and barren stretch, it has nurtured back to life over the past 25 years. Through his dedication and hard work, the land has been reborn. It now teems with greenery and thriving crops, a testament to his vision and perseverance. From desolation to abundance, The land's transformation is a success story. Amit Ji's care has turned a neglected tract into a flourishing agricultural haven, showcasing the power of leadership and commitment. So our slide ends here. If you would like to have any questions. So are you audible?
Sir, I think you're mute.
Sorry. Okay, let me just repeat. Nice presentation. I particularly like the word chart that you all made, where you all have individual names and the words they've thought about. Uh, you also raise a very important point about revival of land from a barren state to a green state. That is interesting. However, I would like you all to investigate why it was barren 20, 25 years ago. And what was it before it became barren? What were the reasons it became barren? That is an interesting part of the history. The third is that your presentation missed the aspect of measuring a 10 by 10 plot. So I hope you all have done that, or you all will do that as you go ahead. Apart from that, I don't have anything else to say. Thank you. Well done.
Thank you so much, sir. So we have already done the measurement of the land. Also, we have uncovered all the species there. However, we had the presentation, but it was the next slide.
Okay. Okay, fine.
So proceeding forward, we have I believe
Yes.
we are not. So, eco architects, please go ahead with your presentation.
Thank you. I, Navya of Team Eco Architects, is here to present this presentation on behalf of everyone. I am going to share my screen. I hope it is visible.
Yes, it is. Thank you.
So our topic for today is endangered species. So the endangered species we are going to talk about is butterfly. As we know, butterflies are getting extincted, or we cannot see these butterflies nowadays. When we used to be kids, we used to see butterflies roaming around. We used to play with them. But nowadays, we see them very rarely. Investigation we have done in our school ground, we didn't measure it because butterflies move from smaller areas to the larger areas. But we have investigated in our school ground, which is about 1 acre. As you can see, we have taken some photos of the ground. As you can see below, it is our school ground where we have investigated. And on the Google Maps, it's the place. Now we're going to talk about the reasons that they are being endangered. So mainly we have shown here three reasons that they are being endangered, or you can say vulnerable. Is first is habitat loss, climate change, and other environmental problems. Habitat loss, deforestation, clearing of forest. As we know, deforestation is cutting trees, but deforestation is happening because of agriculture, for growing crops, urban development, for setting up cities, and logging destroys
critical habitats for many butterflies. Agricultural expansion for growing crops because our needs due to increasing population the need for food has been increasing. And urbanization. Development projects often lead to habitat segmentation. It means that building of cities and development projects developing also affects the habitat of butterflies. The next we have climate change. Temperature fluctuations. Changes in temperature can disrupt life cycles of butterflies as too hot or too cold. They always need a suitable temperature for them to survive. Then we have habitat shifts. As temperature rise, they move to suitable habitat which is suitable for them, but sometimes they are not able to adapt quickly and they may die. Extreme weather conditions. Extreme weather conditions can be like flooding or droughts. They destroy their habitats, their homes, and even their food plants. Pesticides and herbicides. Chemical use. The farmers they use pesticides in their farms or in their land to kill the insects, but it also affect the food. As we all know that butterflies they collect their food from the nectar plants and larval host plants. As it will affect their food, so if they are collecting that food and eating it, it may affect them and they may die. Ecosystem imbalance. The use of chemicals can disrupt the ecosystem. It may not only affect butterflies but also other organisms. Also other living organisms that, as we all know, that is food system, food chain. Thank you. If there are any questions,
Thank you, Team Eco Architect. However, I suspect you all have actually taken an assignment for classes 9 to 12 and not the tasks that were meant for classes 6 to 8. So I'm not sure how to do this because the agenda and the tasks were different. You all have already done a detailed job. So I suggest you speak to your mentor and figure out if you can redo the tasks that were given for class 6 to 8. Okay. Yeah. And then we'll catch up with you again over the next presentation. Okay. But you all have done a good job here. I can just say that independently of the tasks that you were supposed to do, it's nice to see this. Yeah. But yeah, I just go back and look at the actual exercise that you were supposed to do as a class. Thank you.
thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. Now the next, are you ready? I believe they can't hear. So moving forward, we have nature navigators. Nature navigators. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So please go ahead with your.
Yes. Good evening, sir. Good evening, sir. We are from the team Nature Navigators, and I am the one of the member of the team. So, firstly, I want to show the first impression that after seeing that land. So, I'm sharing the screen, sir. Just wait, please. Sir, as you see, these are three words that we see. And now these are some pictures that we clicked there. Some beautiful pictures of the land.
And so now I'm coming to the land measurement. So some equipment that we use to measure the land are we taken some stone or red flag to point out the to mark the point, and we taken tape, scale or angle tool. We just use stone or red flag to mark point A, and then we move there from to point B with the tape, and we uses angle tool also. So this is are the measurement of the land, and the I will now I'm telling the location where this land is. The location of the land is near the village Baljuri, and which is in city Kashipur. And this land is nearby the river, which is known as River Dhela or Swanbhadra River also. And so, as you see the pictures of some bushes, trees, etc. And I want to also say that the ownership of land is under Kashipur city. And there were some primary activities also like grazing, farming, mining, harvesting, and some historical uses are there like for agriculture and grazing. So this is our first task, and now second task will explain my next member of the team. Please go ahead.
We can't hear anybody. Okay.
Good afternoon, everyone. Dear sir and dear ma'am. Firstly, I would like to thank you to Mr. Ram Narayan K. sir to give that opportunity by which we are able to give you our views about climate change and biodiversity. I, Ishita of class 8A, presenting my team on the behalf of everyone. Without wasting more time, I would have to move towards our topic and share our screen.
Ishita, please tell them about task 2.
Sorry, sir, but we are not able to share our screen.
Just go ahead orally and tell us. We've seen lots of pictures. So why don't you just tell us what you did and how you did it? It's fine. Presentation can be rectified later.
All right, sir. Sir, we chose a land that was nearby Swarnabhadra or Dhela River. Firstly, I will tell you about our land's history. The land that we choose is near the Swarnabhadra River or Dhela River, which is a non-perennial river. The land contains variety of shrubs, herbs, trees, and variety of animals as you graze in the field. Herbs like marble grass, Bermuda grass, etc. Shrubs like Podocarpus, etc. And trees that we see on our land was banyan tree, etc. There is no fencing around that area. Variety of animals like buffaloes, cows, goats used to graze in that field. The local name, River Dhela, is a non-perennial river, as you know, originating from Ramnagar forest area of district Nainital. River water is diverted to Tumaria Dam at upstream of Kasipur, from where water is channelized for irrigation purpose, resulting most of the time no natural discharge is observed in the river. River Dhela is a tributary of River Ramganga and joins Ramganga at the village Bhojpur, upstream of Muradabad city of Uttar Pradesh. The ownership of our land under Kasipur city. The primary activity that has been done on our land was grazing, farming, mining, and harvesting. Historical use that has been done to our land for agriculture, grazing, etc.
I am assuming that you all also measured a 10 into 10 meter plot.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Nice presentation. Just a request that next time, please organize your presentation so that uh, compile them together, maybe mark the slides 1, 2, 3, 4 so that you have it in sequence because it was a little confusing for us. I have a few questions. This is not just for you, but for all the other groups. Now, when you all use a term that is not normal or not in common language, like non-perennial river as an example. So I would like you to actually define what you mean by this word, non-perennial river, or the other words which are later sent to different groups. The idea being that you should totally understand what it means and be able to explain it as part of your presentation. The second is that this is again for all teams that I would like you all to, when you all are talking about the history of the land, try and differentiate between different categories. As in this previous presentation, we heard that the land belongs to Kashipur city and it has been used for agriculture, grazing, and mining. Now, these are all three different ways of use of land, but it doesn't tell about its legal ownership. So try and find out about the legal ownership of the land. Grazing land sometimes can be used for agriculture land, but it is something called common. It is commonly owned by everybody around. The last point, again, I would like for nature navigators specifically and all other teams to please mention who you got your information from. One team previously, I don't remember the name, mentioned that they spoke to local people, they spoke to their gardener, etc. So please have a personal social connect to where you got your information from. Thank you, nature navigators.
Sir, thank you, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sir, I am from Earth Enthusiasts and I think the team Setu has left our chance before nature navigators.
All right, we mentioned about you, but we didn't hear a response. Are you ready with the presentation?
Yeah, we are ready.
All right, let's begin.
We folks are ready for your presentation, Earth enthusiasts.
Yeah, sir, please wait for a few seconds.
Climate change is the primary driver of biodiversity loss, and climate change depends on biodiversity as part of the solution. So clearly, the two are linked and cannot be separated. But also remember, a little effort will lead to a big change. Hi, I'm Hargun, and I'm a member of the Earth Enthusiasts from Class 8.
Jivika, and I am the member of Earth Enthusiasts. We found a land near our school in a nearby village called Gidai. That land was earlier used for agricultural practices. That land has faced growing crops like rice, wheat, pulses, etc. But for almost 15 years, it has not been used for agricultural purposes. The land was vacant. After 2 3 years, the land was bought by an industry. The land was supposed to be used for some industrial purposes, but they didn't happen because of some reasons, and then it has been a vacant land for the past many years. The owner of the land is not clear to us and even the nearby people. Some said that the industry had sold it to someone and he lives abroad, and some said that this land is still under the industry. So that's basically not clear. The land, some parts are barren, with some areas still showing signs of soil erosion and degradation. This land is full of unwanted weeds, bushes, etc. After observing the land, we conclude that the land has some remains of its past. The land's left side had no walls but a few pillars, as if something was about to bulge. The pillar was overcoated by the creepers and fruit from some areas. The nearby people told that this land is locally named as factory land by the common people. There were waterlogged in some areas. The ground of the land was a mix, like it was neither dry nor muddy. We can say that the soil is enriched by the past farming, but not very fertile. Uneven, the land was obviously uneven and was vacant. It had unevenness, especially at the corners. As if someone has built a boundary from an X or something else. We also found some signs of tires of a vehicle like tractor. Overall, we determined that there was a space with possibilities of development or new uses. According to us, as far as we look, it seems that if the land will be as it is for more years, it will be overgrown by the bushes, plants, weeds, and insects, and also poisonous snakes. Thank you.
Earth enthusiasts, very nice presentation. I like that you all stuck to the basics and you all mentioned all the key points. And interesting to know that the land is called factory land. You did mention something that there are some new uses for this land. So this is a question for you as you go ahead. That what do you think the best new use for this land could be? That is one. And the second is in the towards the end, you mentioned amongst the many things, poisonous snakes and weeds. So take these two terms and try and dwell into what are weeds and what are poisonous snakes. Just as a part of your next exercise, when you go, investigate into these words and try and match it with what is happening on your land. And of course, what I've mentioned again, try and find the altitude of the land. In some photographs, I can see some birds, etc. So I hope you all will present that as part of your biodiversity element. Thank you. Well done.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you for your feedback, sir. Now the next theme is Team Green Pathfinders. Are you ready, Team Green Pathfinders?
Yes.
Yes.
Please go ahead.
Sure, sir.
Yes.
Warm greetings to everyone. I'm Darshika Karnatak from Team Green Pathfinders. Today I will be presenting you on the topic biodiversity conservation. First, I would like to introduce my team members Anusha ma'am, Vikram sir, Purnika, Mudra, Sharmishta, and Sashwat. We choose our school Little Scholars as the study area. The land is measured by a measuring tape, which is 10 by 10, and we took help from our helpers. Previously, the area was a forest. Later, our school was constructed on this site.
Currently, the area is split between the school and our farming activities. Overall, the climate is humid and the soil is fertile. One of the biggest issues we saw in our study area was the impact of garbage on wildlife. Garbage and pollution is damaging the environment by harming plants and poisoning animals who mistake trash for food. This growing issue needs urgent attention to protect wildlife. In the end, I would like to say thank you to everyone.
Thank you, Team Green Pathfinders. I'm very curious that in your opening slide, you all have used an animal. Can you just quickly tell me why you use this picture?
Sir, can you repeat?
I'm asking in your opening slide, you all have used some animal as the opening part of your presentation. Can you tell me why you use this particular animal?
So, like, we want to show that, like, how in we saw animals like cow eating on plastic.
Okay. Okay. The reason I'm asking is because you would know that these zebras are not found in India. So just a comment that it doesn't matter if your photographs are not very good uh, or what do you call not very clear or anything like that. But try and use your original photos because that will give us a better idea of what we are seeing. That's just again a general public service announcement for all teams. Use original photos. Do not worry about the quality of the photos and the clarity, etc. What we want you to do is to do everything originally. Second, after that, thank you for the nice introduction to the land, etc. You have mentioned that the soil is fertile, and so I would like you all to explore this aspect that what is meant by fertile soil and who does the fertile soil affect? Uh, is it only fertile from the perspective of humans, or is it also is fertile something that is a value that is suitable for wildlife as well? It's also a good point that you raised about garbage and pollution. So again, maybe in your next part of your work, you can explore the connection of how garbage and pollution affect everything else around them. Thank you for this presentation. Well done.
Thank you so much, sir, for the feedback. The next team for presenting task one is Wildlife Viz. Wildlife Viz, are you ready?
Yes.
All right, let's begin.
Everyone, good evening, everyone. My name is Paridhi, a learner of class 7A from group 6 to 8 from Sai Public School. My team name is Wildlife Viz. In my team, there are 5 members named Paridhi, Gaurav Rawat, Himanshu Maurya, Naman Sharma, and Antika. We have successfully completed task 1, which is land patch of 10 by 10. The location of land patch is behind the school. Now I am sharing my presentation. Team Wildlife Viz, Sai Public School.
Team Wildlife Viz, please go ahead. Are you all speaking? Because I cannot hear you. And if y'all can hear me, please just give a thumbs up.
Biodiversity is the variety of all life on Earth, including animals, plants, and microorganisms. Many impacts of climate change, including drought, bushfires, storms, ocean acidification, sea level rise, and global warming after biodiversity. Loss of biodiversity can lead to land degradation, effects on water supply, and changes in farming's productivity. Many plants and animals cannot adapt to the effects of climate change. And NSW has thousand plants and animal species and ecological communities that are at risk of extinction. Managing our biodiversity is an important way to prevent further biodiversity loss and extinction. Our team have observed that the land patch was very beautiful and there were many plants. It was very peaceful place. And in front of the land patch there is a temple too. There are very greenery. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. I thought maybe some other speaker will come and speak, so we didn't know your presentation had ended. Okay, Sai Public, Sai School Wildlife is. Thank you for your presentation and description of the land, etc. I'm right now, I'm not really clear about your land, what it is that you'll have chosen and where it is located. So please, maybe in your next presentation, you can readdress that. The second is, what exactly is NSW? The acronym is not familiar to me, so you can explain that again in your next, when you do your presentation again. The third is, I'm very impressed with your additional research. You'll have done above and beyond the task given. And you'll have also gone ahead and described your word chart. So again, I would like you to focus on the tasks that are given and present those, and then additionally present your extra work. So thank you, and see you in the next presentation as well.
Thank you, sir. So now next we have Flora Fixers. Flora Fixers, are you ready?
Yes, shall we start?
Please go ahead.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. We are Flora Fixers from Pioneers Academy. We would like to present a mini vlog.
Hello everyone, we are the Flora Fixers and we would like to uncover our land story. We identified a plot in village Karanpur, which is 12 kilometers from Kashipur. On reaching there, we took our first impressions.
Microorganisms, muddy water, butterflies, trees, twigs, monkeys,
insects,
birds, decomposers, another grass.
And measured the plot using the step guide. This is an unused land which has not been put to any use by the owner for years, but it has become a home to a variety of flora and fauna. You may find small insects like caterpillar, bugs, and some guest visitors like cows and pigs. There is a beautiful giant tree, and under its sweet shade, you can click pictures like we did.
Can we have the audio, please?
We collected all the required equipment, sat in the van from our school teacher, teacher in charge, and went to the location of our identified plot. An abundant land by humans, a home to variety of flora and fauna. As you can see in the slide, these were our first impressions. As we have already mentioned, the location of our plot is Karanpur near Kashipur. Nearby landmark is the A N Jha Inter College.
Mr. Vijay Taneja is the legal owner of the land and he has conserved this land for future use. Presently, animals come here to take shelter and for grazing. This is the measurement of our identified land.
That is how we measured corners as A, B, C, and D. And the next slide shows the steps that we took for measuring the land. Thank you everyone for your time.
Thank you, Flora Fixers. A really lovely presentation.
Excuse
Sorry,
me,
go
sir.
ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Our task 2 is ready too. Shall we present now or later?
I think it will be later because we have a lot of teams. So we'll stick to task 1. And then if we have time, we'll come back to task 2.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yeah. So once again, Flora Fixers, great presentation. I liked your styles and unused land and the pictures that you all have used to describe. I also like that you all seem to have taken a bit of risk of going a little bit far away from your school. It's nice to do that. So that you get a insight into other places other than places that you normally go to every day. So next time when you do your presentation, just mention how far this plot is from your school. You all have mentioned that the present owner has some ideas about future use. Maybe you can speak to the people who are passing by behind on the cycles and walking, that in the past, what this land was, what was it before? Not 5-10 years ago, but try and see how far back in history you can go. Thank you. It was a good presentation. Well done.
Thank you, sir. So next we have eco-visionaries. Eco-visionaries, are you ready?
Yes.
Please go ahead with your presentations.
दीदी माइक खोलेगी बता देना चुप चुप
Jai Hind everyone. Jai Hind everyone. I Tamanna Kamboj.
And I, Navishi Rastogi, on behalf of Eco Visionaries
from Bright Start International Academy are going to present our Task 1 research action. This is the land that we have chosen for our research.
In this briefing, our first impression, meeting the landowner, measuring the land, invasive species, and history are included. Our teammates have observed some of the things when we visit there for the first time. Some of the words are sorghum crop, stones, climbers, invasive species, dragonflies, millipede, dry grass, frog, insects, muddy, caperonia plants, green grass, bushes, and electric poles.
The owner of the land is Mr. Simran Singh. Here we were taking the owner's permission to do our research. The land which we chose for our research is at Govindpur, Kashipur Road, Jaspur.
Here we have measured the land by footsteps and marked it by big stones to show that the land was 10 meter by 10 meter.
Following invasive species of plants were observed there. Santa Maria feverfew, barnyard grass, Trident daisy.
The landowner was Mr. Harbhajan Singh. Previously, sorghum crops were cultivated on that field. This crop was eaten by cow, buffaloes, and any other animals.
There were many insects like dragonflies, centipedes, and many more. It was very muddy because of rainy seasons. There were many invasive species.
Now we would like to conclude our presentation with a warm thank you by Eco Visionaries.
Thank you, Eco Visionaries. Nice presentation. Lots of interesting aspects that you'll have shown. So I would like you to also just dwell on the land a little bit, that there is an owner. It used to be previously used for agriculture, and now it is in a different state. So historically, what was the land before it was a farming piece of land, and how back can you go? Second is, you all have mentioned a lot of invasive species. So please describe what you mean by invasive species, one. And two, you all have also mentioned the names of those invasive species. So try and find the local names of those plants and try and speak to some local people about those plants, whether they are useful, not useful, harmful, etc. Just find out about those plants. Once again, well done, and thank you.
Thank you.
Maybe we could go to the next team, which I think is Eco Explorers. Is that correct? Sukhman? Snehi? Can you all hear me, or can you just give me a thumbs up if you all can hear me? Oh, okay.
Yes, sir, there was a technical issue. We can hear you now. And sorry for the inconvenience. The next team is Eco Explorers. You can begin.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Vardha Arora on the behalf of my team, the Eco Explorers from Sai Public School. While we were serving, few words that come to our mind were resilience, interconnect, diversity, abundance. These words reflected richness and complexity of life. This report presents a comprehensive analysis of 10 by 10 meter land piece in Kundeshwari near Sai Public School, Kashipur, Uttarakhand. The analysis covers land's history, background, environmental characteristics, the demographic of the surrounding population, and detailed documentation of the local biodiversity. The land is situated in Kundeshwari Kashipur in Udham Singh Nagar district of Uttarakhand near Sai Public School. This land is currently owned by Mr. Sandhu, who gave us most information about the land. The land was primarily used for paddy and wheat cultivation. Common crops in the Uttarakhand were also grown there. The land has seen minimal changes in structure except for the gradual reduction in agriculture activities. Groundwater is readily available with water tables typically found at the depth of 10 to 12 meters. The water quality is suitable for agriculture and domestic use with no significant contamination reported. Currently, the land is not actively used for any intensive agricultural purposes. It is most left fallow with some local residents using it for grazing, livestock, or growing seasonal vegetable on small scale. The flora found here were kunz grass, shisham, mango trees, and a few young trees were also observed likely to be planted by the local residents. The fauna found were Bermuda grasses and Indian peafellow, Indian cattle, golden jackal, occasionally sighting in the late evening, likely for a search for food. Findings were this 10 by 10 meter piece of land in Kundeshwari, Kashipur shows a blend of historical agriculture use and current semi-urban characteristics. The surrounding community has a strong connection to the land, although the changes in the land use due to the urban expansion. The biodiversity is notable with several species of flora and fauna, though the invasive species. Thank you.
Thank you, Eco Explorers. I liked some of the words that you used: resilience, interconnectedness. As with other teams, I would request you to follow up on these words. When especially resilience, it's an important work that often comes up in climate change and related biodiversity loss topics. So just explore what you mean by the word resilience. You also mentioned that you all did some demographics of the surrounding areas. That's an interesting addition. So please share that also in your next presentation. What is it that you found in the demographics? This is a general question to all the teams that are doing farming plots, that many of you seem to have figured some farming plots where farming has stopped for some reason. So try and find that particular reason. Why have people stopped farming over there? And what is the part is, what is the future of that land? You mentioned terms like semi-urban and urban expansion. Those are very important concepts in the greater discussion of biodiversity loss and conservation. So well done. Thank you for this presentation.
Thank you for your feedback, sir. Now the next team is Green Pioneers. Green Pioneers, are you ready with your presentation? Green Pioneers. Green Pioneers,
We
are
are
you
not
ready?
here. Yes, Green Pioneers, are you there? All right, let's move on to the next team. So the next team for presenting task 1 would be Earth Engineers. Earth Engineers, are you there?
Earth Engineers.
Am I audible?
Yes. Yes, you're
So,
audible.
Earth engineers, are you there?
Okay, we need to
I
move
don't
on the
think
next
so.
one.
So, let's move on to the next one.
Next, we have eco builders.
Eco builders, yes.
Eco builders, are you there? Eco builders. Okay, I think they are not here. So moving towards, we have wildlife wanderers.
Look deep into nature and then you will understand everything better. A very good evening to one and all present over here. We are the Team Wildlife Wonders from Jesus Public School. We are here to present climate change effect on biodiversity. These are the name of our team members. We have chosen the location Panchvati East State. It is very close to our school and due to the safety reasons also because rainy season is there. We have chosen this particular land because other lands were filled with water, and due to the long grass grown there, the chances of harmful insects and snakes were bright. Now I request Keshav to take over.
Good afternoon. Here I Kesham of from Wildlife Wonders. The location that we have chosen is Panchvati Estate. It is located near JC's Public School, Gangapur Road, Rudrapur. The current owner of this land is Mrs. Balwinder Kaur. This place is a residential place, but due to some stay orders, the things did not go as per plan. Now this time it's a vacant place. Now I call Divneet to take over.
Next slide, please. Good afternoon, everyone. I am Divneet Kaur from Team Wildlife Wonders. Ma'am, next slide, please. Next slide, please. I'll be telling you that how we measured the land. First of all, the materials we used were measuring tape, limestone powder, protractor, ruler, and bricks. First of all, we just marked the area, a 10 by 10 land we chose, which was safe for our project. Then we used a measuring tape to mark the area. We used limestone powder to mark the area. In the parallel side also, we did the similar thing. As the rainy season was going on, so we put it bricks so that the limestone powder will be washed. Then we can mark the area again easily. Now I would request Parfpreet and Anshika to take over.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Parshpreet Singh from Wildlife Wonders, here to explain what have we done there in Panchvati Estate. We observed that there were some shrubs, weeds, herbs, and grasses, and some species of insects and birds were also found there, like crow, sparrow, beetles, and some dragonflies. The area was so muddy and sandy, and rocks with different types of shapes were also found there. There was a water pump there near our land's marking. Thank you. Now I would like to give Anshika to take over.
Good afternoon, I am Anshika from the team Wildlife Wonders. Now I'm going to tell you what we have done in Pantvati state. When we reached there, we found two medicinal plants, a group of babies of centipedes, a camouflage insect known as Hemiptera, a yellow butterfly and a orange butterfly, some weeds, shrubs and herbs. We also found a group of some big ants, earthworm, beetle, a ladybug, a snail with a cone-shaped shell, two babies of dragonfly. One was yellow and green in color and one was blue color. Now I would like to hand over to Pivneet.
Now, we are seen observing the rocks and grasses, and we tried to pull up the bricks so we could see what's under it. And now we saw a bug on the leaves. We clicked the pictures and it was trying to fly away. Now, in the next slide, here we saw some human planted flowers and saw a frog jumping near our land's marking and was trying to move out of the land's marking. But we luckily clicked the photos of that frog. We talked with with the caretaker of that land. His name is J.B. Sharma. He has been working here from 4 years. Thank you. That's all from our Wildlife Wonders.
Thank you, Wildlife Wonders. Nice presentation. And it's good you clarified about safety as a consideration when going out. Also, that you spoke to somebody who's tending to the land. You all, of course, also shared a lot about biodiversity, etc. Hopefully, we'll explore that in your next presentation. Good pictures and nice to see that you all were all involved at different stages and different elements of the project. Good job. Well done. Thank you.
Okay, so moving forward, thank you, Wildlife Wonders. Now we have Green Dream Team. Green Dream Team.
We are just presenting 1 minute.
I can see Green Dream Team here. Yeah, okay.
Namaskar, sir. This is Oshika Sharma from the Green Dream team to present our task 2. But first, I would like to share some necessary details such as the members of our team and the guiders such as Navya Agarwal, Oshika Sharma, Sandy Mehrotra, Angel Khanna and Yashwardhan Gupta. Now let's move on to some necessary details such as the ownership was by Mr. Salim Mehrotra ji. The area was in Kashipur and it was earlier used in cultivation and is now a free and barren land. So now let's start.
During the inspection, we found domestic animals who were grazing the wild grasses present there. There was flora, including beautiful flowers and herbs. There were also many dangerous insects whispering and roaming around.
Sorry to interrupt, but your slides aren't moving.
Just can we get a single minute, please?
Yes, sure.
Is it visible now, sir?
I can see your first slide. If you move to the second slide, maybe we can
Yes.
see. Yeah.
Sir, is it visible?
No, your second slide is not visible. You can just scroll down on without going to full screen. Just scroll down and see because we can see your screen anyway.
Okay.
Yes, now we can see your second slide.
Okay, sir. Can we restart, sir?
Sure.
Oshika, please.
Namaskar to respected mentors. This is Oshika Sharma from the Green Dream team here to present our task 2. But first, I would like to introduce the members of our team and the guiders such as Navya Agarwal, Oshika Sharma, Sandy Mehrotra, Angel Khanna and Yashwardhan Gupta. Now, but first, I would like to share some necessary details
such as the ownership was by Mr. Salim Mehrotra ji. The area was in Kashipur and it was earlier used in cultivation and is now a free and barren land. Now let's start.
During the inspection, we found domestic animals who were grazing the wild grasses present there. There was flora, including beautiful flowers and herbs. There were also many dangerous insects whispering and roaming around and sucking the nectar.
Grasses, moreover, were weeds which had to be removed.
Go
When
ahead.
the land was in when the land was in inspection, we took a few photos from a wide view to get some examples. We also were able to see some wild grasses present over there which were roaming around. The herbs we found were of tulsi, a great antiseptic according to Hindu mythology. Eucalyptus trees, which absorb surplus water, were also found near in that area. Lastly, we also found some other leaves which we were unable to identify.
Hope you found our presentation informative. At last, we would like to thank the people of our mentors and respected sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Green Dream Team. Nice pictures. I, however, didn't see any aspect of y'all measuring the land that y'all are going to actually investigate more deeply. So please do add that in your next presentation. The second is y'all consistently over the 8, 10, 12 presentations that we've seen, people have used word like barren land. So I want each group that has used this word or is thinking of using this word to explain what they mean by barren land, and how they can differentiate it from land that is not barren. The second is that Green Dream Team, you all have used a term called dangerous insects. So I'm curious as to what do you mean by dangerous insects? If you can describe that, and then we can figure it out together about danger or anything, any other characteristic of these insects that you saw. Finally, I hope that when you go on to the third task on biodiversity, that while originally we had set up five wild elements, that maybe you all can explore a little bit more. Good presentation, well done, and thank you.
Thank you, sir.
All right, do we have green pioneers with us now? Earth engineers, eco builders, are you there? So I guess we have ended with the workshop. Thank you, sir, for an enlightening session. If anybody has any questions, feel free to ask them now.
Yes, actually, I do have some comments in general. May I? May I take this time, please?
Yes, sir, sure. We are
Okay,
open for
okay.
questions.
So I want to thank all the teams, please, who presented here. All of you have done a nice job, and I enjoyed listening to all of you. And I wanted to just add a few things that y'all can think of doing when you go ahead. The first is that uh, this is just an open question. Y'all can put it in the chat. Is that did y'all like going to and visiting a plot and looking at it closely? And second, after you liked it, or if you liked it, what did you like and what did you learn? You can incorporate that in your report, final presentation. And please feel free to query me. And yeah, okay. So and then generally, I've made some general remarks for all the teams. I will put that down in a short document and I will send it to you. Um, And y'all can just follow that up. I'm seeing a chat question from Earth Enthusiast. Sir, when can we have to answer the feedbacks you gave and corrections we have to make? So you can do that in your next presentation. There is no such thing as correction, is uh, just adding to what y'all have already done. Okay, so I just wanted to add a few things that you should do in your next presentation is make sure that you have your land location proper with altitude, and try and add how far or close it is to anything that is around. Shops, marketplace, another school, some other establishment. So it gives us a perspective, because you all use words like semi-urban. So sitting from far away, either I see it on a map and then figure out what you mean by semi-urban, or you can just describe there are homes nearby, there's a residential complex nearby, there's a whatever marketplace nearby. So, or it's set amongst fields. Um, Anytime you use a new word, um, uh, please try and do something called an operational definition. That is, you define from your side what you mean by it. Like you'll have used words like non-perennial river, barren, or some other words like that. So try and these are, while they're common words we use in everyday language, for the sake of your presentation, try and define it so that the next person listening to it knows what you mean by it, and then we can take that conversation further. I will give some feedback. I won't give specific feedback to all teams. Whatever I've said here is said, but I will just give some general guidelines on how to go ahead. And I'm very excited to see y'all explore the biodiversity element and the connection to the land. The future of the land is very important, and it's also based on what the history was. My last comment is, please try and use photographs that y'all have taken or somebody has taken from the area. It doesn't matter. I as a person experience a lot of good photographs from the internet, and all of us do that. So good photographs are valuable if you have taken them. uh, any photograph that you have taken is more valuable than photographs copied from the internet. So be original. And if there are any questions that you all have for me, I'll be happy to answer. Thank you. I just wanted to add one more thing. I will create a new form and share it with Team Setu. When you send me your files, if you send me your files, make sure you have your school name, your team name, and the tasks that are there in the file name itself. So instantly we can organize it. Thank you. I'll keep quiet now and listen to you all if you all have any comments and questions.
Any comments or questions, participants? Well, I guess everybody has understood what sir said. Thank you so much, sir, and sorry for that blunder that happened.
No blunder. What blunder?
Oh, thank you.
Remember, it is amazing what you can accomplish if you do not care who gets the credit.
As we conclude today's session, we extend our sincere gratitude to Mr. Ram Narayan for his invaluable mentorship. Thank you, sir, again.
Also, a heartfelt thanks to everyone who joined us today and contributed to the success of this session. Don't forget, our next workshop is on 26th of September. We look forward to seeing you all there.
Have a great evening, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a great evening, and well done, all of you. Bye-bye.
Fantastic.
And for